I haven't talked about Ozempic, GLP-1 drugs in a long time about things going on in the media. But today, I want to talk about Oprah Winfrey on some weight loss medication. This girl a mess, y'all. Hi guys, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you've been around here. While I'm Kendra, this is Kendra Creates. This is where I share my life with you guys. I also talk about a variety of topics, and today we're going to be talking about that darned Ozempic. So if that stuff sounds good to you, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Also, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up while you are at it. So a while back, Oprah Winfrey, well, let me back up. Hold on. So, Oprah has been in the press recently because of the Color Purple premiere, and she popped out, and baby, she was looking fierce, and everybody was speculating that she was on Ozempic. And come to find out, baby girl was. She finally admitted it today, y'all. She finally admitted it. And I know, so back in September, she was at this big, summit or something she had, and so she had all these people talking about the weight loss medications and stuff like that, and she invited them in, and she made a very I guess you could say maybe controversial statement. I'm gonna let her tell you those words right out of her mouth. Oop.
While not naming the specific drug she takes, Oprah opening up about the pain she's endured in her weight loss struggles. It was public sport to make fun of me for 25 years. She says her change of heart about weight loss drugs came this summer when she hosted a special about slimming down and made these comments.
When I first started hearing about the weight loss drugs, I felt I've got to do this on my own, because if I take the drug, that's the easy way out.
Okay, and so I think that people totally misunderstood what she said, taking it as if she was saying it to other people. But those were internal things that she thought and internal things that she was dealing with. And I think a lot of people were saying this is still her perception. And honestly, I don't necessarily think that was her perception, obviously, because, she just admitted to being on the drugs and everything. And in fact, the article that I'm going to read to you guys that discussed where she came out and talked about being on the drugs, she talked about being at this summit was actually kind of like her aha moment. Yeah, I probably should get on this. If you don't know, Oprah Winfrey has kind of battled her weight ever since she's been on TV. When she had her television show back in the 80s and 90s or whatever, she was talking about how she was losing weight and gaining weight and all that stuff, and people that have been overweight a while, it's just a battle that you deal with. And when you are in battle, you have to use all the tools that you can to succeed. And her using whatever weight loss medication she's on, to me, I don't see anything wrong with it. And y'all already know I'm very liberal about this type of stuff because, of course, I'm on a GLP-1 drug. I currently take Wegovy. I've taken Saxenda in the past. If you guys don't know, I've lost over 200 pounds at my highest. Check that video out. But it's really been a life-changing drug for a lot of people. So I want to read to you her admittance of her taking the drug. So this comes from an article in People, and of course I'll have the link below, but it says, "It was a public sport to make fun of me for 25 years, Winfrey tells People. I have been blamed and shamed, and I blamed and shamed myself. One hurtful moment came early in her career when she landed on a fashion critic's Mr. Blackwell's list. I was on the cover of some magazine and it said, dumpy, frumpy, and downright lumpy." Damn. Bad. Oh, it was bad in the 80s and 90s, y'all. It was bad. She says, "I didn't feel angry. I felt sad. I felt hurt. I swallowed the shame. I accepted that it was my fault." But she says no more. She turns 70 next month, y'all, and she is so optimistic about maintaining a healthy weight. And she says, "Weight fluctuations occupy 5 decades of space in my brain, yo-yoing and feeling like, why can't I just conquer this thing? Believing willpower was my failing." Can you imagine that, y'all? 5 decades. And I think this is what people don't understand about being overweight and having food issues and having weight issues, is that this is something that you battle a long time, like all throughout your life. And how can I get a handle on this? How can I get a hold on this? Some people have not found success until they found these GLP-1 drugs. This is literally the smallest I've ever been in my life. I was 200 pounds as a freshman in high school. I tell people that and they're taken aback. Like, literally the smallest I've ever been. I can't remember me being this size ever in life. Like, y'all, oh my God. I put on a pair of size 12 Levi's, and y'all know Levi's run kind of small. And I was dismayed. And honestly, they were a little bit larger in the waist. That's just because of the way my body is built or whatever. But I was just like, no, I can't believe this. But I'm gonna keep reading. After knee surgery, I started hiking and setting new distances, goals each week. I could eventually hike 3 to 5 miles a day, every day, and a 10-mile straight up hike on the weekends. I feel stronger, more fit, and more alive than I'd ever felt in years. And I think that's something that people need to know, that it's not necessarily all about weight loss, although you want to lose weight if you're at an unhealthy size, but it's also about other goals too. And she's talking about taking on these fitness goals. She's talking about being stronger. She's talking about feeling better. And honestly, that is what weight loss does to you as well. Like, it makes you generally feel better. And I don't think a lot of people realize how much better you feel just when you lose weight. Like, not even a significant, I think they say 10% of your body weight, you start feeling the great effects of weight loss. Now she says, I eat my last meal at 4 o'clock, drink a gallon of water a day, and use the Weight Watchers principles of counting points. I had an awareness of weight loss medication, but felt I had to prove I had the willpower to do it. I now no longer feel that way. And of course, if you guys didn't know, I think she's I don't know if she's a spokesperson or like she has a stake in Weight Watchers or whatever, but she's affiliated with the company. And Weight Watchers bought out Sequence, I think. And Sequence, if you don't know, they're like a telehealth company that sells the GLP-1 drugs. And so it was kind of like all part of their marketing and also all part of their plan. She says that she was actually recommending it to people long before she was on it herself. And she said the turning point was when she had the pharmaceutical aids panel or whatever, with the taped conversation or whatever. I had the biggest aha along with many people in that audience, she recalls, of the discussion. I realized I've been blaming myself all these years for being overweight, and I have a predisposition that no amount of willpower is going to control. Obesity is a disease. It's not about willpower. It's about the brain. She said she released her shame about it, and she consulted with the doctors, and she went on a prescribed weight loss medication. She doesn't specifically say which medication that she's on, but I guess that we can all assume that she's on Wegovy, which has the active ingredient semaglutide, which is basically the same drug as Ozempic, but in a higher dose and specifically FDA approved for weight loss. And then she goes on in the article to talk about, she's putting in the work and working hard. And I think that is a popular misconception with the GLP-1 drugs, is that people don't work hard. They just take the drug and it's magic and you're just gonna lose the weight. The core mechanism in the drug is so that it makes you feel like you're full, so you stop eating sooner. You will lose weight if that core mechanism responds in your body. You will lose weight. But it takes you to determine how much weight you will lose and if you will keep that off. Because if you're still eating the same calorie-dense foods you were, eventually it's going to stop and you're going to stop. But if you incorporate a healthy diet, then you're going to, lose even more weight. And if you incorporate exercise, you're going to lose even more weight. And if you're incorporating weight training exercise, you're going to retain your muscle mass. And you might even look a little bit more svelte if that is the look that you are going for. So y'all know I highly recommend the drugs if it is something that is right for you and you've discussed it with your doctor and it seems like a viable option for you. And I can only speak to my personal experience with it. It's been a success for me. I actually know 2 coworkers that are taking the medication and they are finding success with it. It's like, if you don't know somebody, you know somebody that knows somebody that's either taking it or they are currently taking it. It's crazy how it's going, but I feel like the GLP-1s are just one step closer for us to beginning on the path of eradicating the disease of obesity. And of course, there needs to be more measures in place to make it easier for us not to become obese, right? You know, we need to be physically active. We need to have more healthy food options available to us, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? But this can be a life-saving medication for some people. It can be a life-changing medication for some people. It can be a miracle drug. It can be. It just can be. And I know that I'm very positive right now in this video. And I know that everyone it does not work for. And I know that some people have side effects. And I know that there's always these horror stories out here on the internet, right? Right? Of course. And that's why we need to be very informed about those things, because every medication has side effects. So if you weigh those pros and cons, you talk to your doctor, you know, you feel like, you know, the risk is worth the reward, you may find yourself being like Miss Oprah Winfrey. I don't know. Hopefully you get some Oprah money while you're at it too. Y'all, I am just continuously bewildered about this whole topic. I hope that Miss Oprah Winfrey being so open and candid about things can have other people to kind of feel that they can take that step, and we begin to start removing some of the stigma around weight loss medications and obesity and losing weight and everything like that, getting in shape, you know, improving your fitness, those goals, eating a healthier, more well-balanced diet, whatever kind of goals you have for yourself. That is my hopes, because a lot of people out here are struggling because they don't want to take the easy way out, or, you know, they feel as though, I don't know how they feel about things, you know, because that stuff didn't even cross my mind, not 1 second, because of how much it has been a struggle with me. I can remember talking about my decisions on if I wanted to go on the drugs, and I did struggle with it. I don't think I was fearful of like side effects or anything, but I was just fearful. I don't know really what I was fearful of, but I think I did fear side effects a little bit and poking myself with a needle. But eventually all that faded away, of course, because I mean, I'm taking them. But I think we have to weigh the pros and the cons in these situations. And sometimes there's more pros than cons. But I hope this is bringing us one step closer to having more open and honest conversations about health in general, and also about the GLP-1 drugs and how they can, you know, be amazing in this disease we call obesity. So that's all I gotta say, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please make sure you continue to spread kindness and word for you. Hey, I appreciate you so much for watching my videos. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.